I ask you to consider this. Over a given day, week, perhaps or even over your life, were you in a state of wanting something? Did you manage to attain what you wanted? And if so, did you want it again? Or did it not live up to its expectation? These impulses are called our simple desires. This video will talk about our desires, and while it may be an obvious thing, it will help us understand them to help us make better decisions when confronted by them. It will also include some insights from philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer. When we think about our desires, it is in essence formed from our emotions. It is a compulsion that we call to soothe ourselves when we are troubled. It is when we choose to treat ourselves when we shop, inflame ourselves when we smoke, comfort ourselves when we are lonely. It is an urge that emulsifies in our bodies that we cannot always explain. Our desires can be learnt. It is formed from our motives and defined by our purpose. It is as groundless as a bottomless sea, with no end in sight. Where, though, does this core of our desires come from? There is a blind fury that lies deep within us. We could call it an underlying force, an effortless energy that directly commands our actions, or perhaps restraint. According to Schopenhauer, it is a will, and it forms our desires in its elementary form. It is like a magnet that turns back towards the North Pole. The vigour of how the poles of electrical current strive to reunite. It is the flex of a plant that will reach for the sun. It is the eye of fury, the snarl of a wolf's fangs when it is hungry. It is the girth of a smile that can't be withheld when we are among our pinnacle of pleasure. No matter its form, the elements, plants, animals or human, it forms a desire that is visibly expressed in all forms of nature. There is nobody on earth that can relinquish this constant state of striving. As when our bodies seek nourishment, it will call again to be attended to, from one desire to another. Desire is also formed from our physiology. It is the secretion of our chemical dopamine that will reward us in release, where it leaves an insatiable appetite that may lead us into addiction. As it is from desire that we realise life's disparity, as when desire goes beyond the level of our understanding, it can yield us into suffering. It is in essence an emotion that carries us into a never-ending spiral of need. As for as long as we are filled with the will to live, we will always carry a will to desire. From that to a fresh desire, the rapid course of which is called happiness. Yet, according to this, the will always knows. Willing as a whole has no end in view. What this passage tells us is our desires are a constant craving of life that never ceases, which provides the ultimate conundrum. To pursue a life without desire will render us helpless without hope. We can also, though, become a casualty when our desires become the better of us. The solution to this problem comes down to our understanding of what desire is. For where there is life, our desires become a mark of our liberty, to strive and to yearn for something that fulfills us in life. And as with anything, life will give us rewards, and will take back what is given. Therefore, our ability to understand the desiring nature of ourselves will allow us to reflect and reconsider, to accept what is gained and what is lost, to keep life in its true harmony. For desire can be our curse, it can also be our saviour. Put simply, one cannot survive without the other. As we cannot deny our will to desire, as we are all beings of nature, and yet, let it not be our master, but our servant